BMF was built on loyalty and brotherhood. With these two things, we got a bright future ahead of us.
We need more manpower. That's why we going to Jack the Rapper. No matter what they throw at us, we ain't skipping no motherfucking beat.
Meech, that's a Miami killer.
You think you deserve to have a free pass in my city?
The world is my fucking oyster.
What up, though? Lamont Tyson back to give you the BMF Season 3, Episode 3 review entitled Sanctuary. And they discussed Sanctuary several times, and we'll break it down. We figured out who one of the moles was. Now we just got to flush out the other one, and I think you guys know exactly who I'm talking about. And Meech done walked away with somebody gal after beating them up and stabbing them in the back with a broken bottle. We'll discuss that and everything from this episode. The Lamont Tyson's Life Gains TikTok podcast starts now.
I'm up early for the dealers come out. Everybody is outside till the killers come out. You ain't eating, you just act full. I'm impactful. Dozen funerals in a month. I got that pull. I will give it to niggas in all rap forms. Ignatius out right now on all platforms.
What's happening, everybody? You in here with the all knowing, all loving, all feeling, all seeing, all powerful, just damn all everything. Sexy as hell host Lamont Tyson. Please subscribe to my YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast. All the links is in video description. And first and foremost, let me thank all of you that when you don't get through to me on the comments on the video, you come hit me on Instagram. It's a very inviting place. All you guys got to do is subscribe to me on Instagram, send me a message, and I'll let you guys know what's going on. It's always important to me to start my videos out by showing much love and respect to the writers. This episode was written by Jasmine Brown, and of course, co-executive produced by my guy, Mike Lee. And they always start their episodes out with a little entry from the players in the game and what they said back in the day. This is Big Meech with his pops. Says, my pops was more of a gospel man, but he loved Marvin Gaye, and I did too. I love Prince and Michael Jackson's music, and that made him take time to listen and like their music too. Yeah, he did. And we seen where that love of music, the love of fixing people's ceiling fans, we saw what that got him. But they opened up with young Meech, Big Papa Flannery, and they're discussing that their sanctuary, whenever time was going bad, was escaping to music. And Meech loved music just like his dad. His dad taught him the music. And when I saw this, I knew this episode was going to have a lot to do with their bond and their relationship, because Charles seemed like he really loved Meech, and him getting into the drug game was a fly in the ointment. And I think we just seen the turning of Charles getting ready to go ahead and finally be involved. Post your comments. Let me know what you think. Then we get right on to what I'm telling y'all. Meech's house is getting robbed of money and drugs. And when I did my trailer breakdown, I told y'all that was one chain, big ass. And like I said, y'all, you can't trust a man who calls himself 2 chains. When you see him on TV, he only wearing 1 chain. And you see Meech is trying to shoot those guys up. Y'all know this is a hoax, a sham, a wham bam job. Why was Stacks not beat up, not harmed, and these guys made out with the money? We cannot trust this dude, y'all. I'm telling you, we cannot trust this dude. He ain't been flushed out yet, but I think Meech is probably aware of what's going on at this point. Post your comment and let me know what you think. Then we get Meech chastising the lovely Angel, and she's saying that she ain't tell nothing. And of course we know she didn't. And then you got Greeny Neo coming over here to put the smack down on her, letting her know that he's the man, he runs stuff, and go over there and get that money, honey, because there's money in the building. But what I can't figure out is everything he's seen from Meech, the way she looks at Meech, I don't know why he palling around with Meech. He seemed like he was having an attitude with Meech, and that probably should have been our first sign that we can't trust this dude at all. Then we get back over here to T. The fellas is coming through, letting them know they out of work, and they need that work quickly. Everybody gonna go over there and mess around with Shem Henry. He can't even get done telling his story about the work. My man gets a call from this young woman, Markeisha. And look at her sitting in the window, oohing and ahhing with her damn wine. Chick, this is not your house. You basically told this man to get up out of his house that he paying for, and you laying around half naked, curlers in your head, talking about you ready for him to come get in the drawers. He should be looking at them cheetah print panty drawers thinking, I don't want no more of that old panty drawers. And we got a section in here where the mama basically calls her out for being an old, aggressive cougar. Post your comments, man. I told y'all he couldn't stay away from this girl. I told y'all. Then we get back to the crib. Meech is in here letting all the fellas know, we done lost our stuff, but I'm going to take care of you. Meech went and done something that lets you know he down for his crew. Meech is a damn good leader. This man done pawned all his Rolexes and probably some more jewelry and is giving the fellas cuts of that. But guess who didn't want to cut? 2 Chainz turned into 1, Stacks. Stacks running around here with the poop face. Don't know what the hell to do. I know what you need to do, Meech. You need to kick his ass to the curb. His crew took the money, and they following him now. And you know that's got to rub him the wrong way. And I'm thinking Meech, at this point in time, he know what the hell is up. He going to handle this business. Then we get T having a meeting with the fellas, flushing out who don't want to be with him because they ain't got that work. And then my man Cuts is letting him know, look, Henry over there running a tight ship, baby. I'm going to stick with you. And T tells him one of the smartest moves T has done this whole season. Now I want you to infiltrate that shim and let me know what's going on. And he did that. So I finally got to give it to T for playing chess this time, not checkers. And then we finally get on to Henry. Got her cousin putting the bands on so that whatever boobs she have, they flat. You guys get that? Her favorite cousin. Helping her flatten out her chest. Only to have Bryant come in. And Bryant, he ain't never scared now. He in there looking at her man like, what the hell you gonna do to me? Y'all know I'm Popo. Soho. And then he wants to know what's the plan. She basically told him, my penis bigger than yours. And he basically let her know, we both got a job to do. I need my son. That's the only reason I'm here. Meech called in his daddy because with all that's been going on, he needs a new crib on a better side of town. And I was they set the precedent to let me know that this was going to be about Meech and his dad, but I was a little shocked at how quickly dad came out there, which kind of tells me dad is missing that bond with your son. But needless to say, he came out there because Meech needed to get him a new crib. Meech let him see the studio. Dad was talking about how this was like a dream he wished he could have had, but the finances wasn't there. And just showing dad a good time. Now let's get to this thirst-trapping heifer of a cousin that's talking to Mrs. Flannery. Basically telling her to do the wrong thing. And in the end, Miss Flannery said, no, I'm a woman of God. I'm still married. Which, as bad as I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen, you're supposed to respect the fact that you are still married. You all still living together. It don't matter whether or not you don't like him. Y'all still in that bond. Let that bond clear up. Well, old thirst trapping in yellow convinced her to go ahead and reach out to Dr. Thunder from down under Maurice. And we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so now that they got a plan, T has learned that Bryant is going to use an ambulance, a type of vehicle that they'll never catch you in. Police ain't stopping no ambulance. And they just mapped out where that thing going to go so that they can stop that shit and make sure it don't happen. Then we get to the new age Cagney and Lacey, Detective Amberson, Detective Jen. I'm really starting to like these two together. I've been a fan of Detective Jen. I'm ready to see her get her comeuppance. Well, it ain't going to happen this episode. And they basically out here surveilling my man Cuts, basically knowing something is about to happen. And then we hear from Amberson. She like Biggie Smalls. She ain't afraid to die. Because when she was on her drugs and OD'd, she saw the white line and it was a place of peace. And Jen had to tell her about her family, how she hoped they went out with that white light in place of peace. They bonding, y'all. And it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Daddy Flannery gets in here to the house that Meech want him to sign. And this is a lovely house. Did y'all see how Daddy Flannery was admiring the walls, Mabel, the ceiling fans, Mabel. And then when Meech asked him to do this, he went off. It's no secret he's not a fan of what Meech does. And he don't want to be involved in any drug game and things like that could take him down. I can't knock him for it because it's a dangerous game. And if this stuff hits the fan, they're going to want to know who signed this house. And because you black, amongst other things, I did say amongst other things, they ain't going to give you no benefit of that. They're going to think you in on it. And Meech done made up a faulty W-2 saying the daddy's an engineer, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, dad is kind of upset. And he rightfully is upset. You know, like, I can get it. I can dig it. Okay, the heist is about to happen. Cuts, and my main man is going up on the ambulance, and a gunfight ensues. And when that gunfight ensues, not only did Hen's driver, her cousin, die, Cuts got taken by the police, Jen got shot in the chest by Henry's guy. And what did Bryant do? This is how you know Bryant still care for Jen. Brian shot the little MF for like 50 times. Pop, pop, pop. Head, heart, leg. When he saw his girl Jen down on the ground. Now, I would have loved for them to have given us some kind of dialogue between him and Jen, because as of right now, we don't know what she's thinking about the situation. We have no idea. But I would love to know what the insider is on that. And now Jen is injured. She's going to have to go back and tell them how she got injured. And I wonder will she come clean about Coach Cop. He goes back and tells Henry everything. And she mad, shooting bullets all up in the air and shit. Come on, man. Now, Henry, you're starting to get a little over the top. We know you think you the man. We know you think you got the longest dick you can purchase out of an Adam and Eve. We know all that. But can we have some calmness about yourself? And when she's done yelling about how she lost her mans, she basically asked Brian, sit down and tell me everything about these BMF MFers. And you know he did because he hate them. Then somebody done called CPS on little T's kid. And when the mom came to the door, she's smoking a cigarette, blowing it in the face of this white lady. And let me tell y'all something. There was a day and age where for the black community, it felt like CPS and any of this stuff was always our enemy. It was like they always wanted to take our kids, put them in foster home, which is probably not any better than some of these situations. And it never seems like other races' families was popped and locked. It was like, just go after them African Americans. And in this situation, we didn't know who sent her Karen butt, but we do know that look at the living conditions in this house, y'all. I mean, like, yeah, that's chaotic, but I don't think that's enough to take away nobody's child. There's smoke debris in the house. She tried to accuse them of giving the boy bronchitis. She was a stretch. I'm talking about gigantic man stretch. And I wonder, will we see this chick again? Then we get on to the Jack the Rapper conference that has been going on for years to highlight black talent in music. He was a disc jockey, making sure that black records got played, and black records was getting worldwide publicity. And Charles, this was like a dream for him. This is the kind of thing he's always wanted to do. So he happy in there. He ain't staying home like Meech wanted him to do. Meech wanted him to stay home for protection. He's in here trying to have a good time. And he's like, boy, I'm going to have me a good time. So that's what he was cheesing about from the trailer. But I already knew he was here because of what's behind him. And I was kind of worried something might happen to him, but thank goodness it didn't. Here we go with Terry. You supposed to be turned over a new leaf, and in less than a week, you right back into the arms of this Venus flytrap in your house. She done took them rolls out her head. Now she looking wet and filthy and thirsty. She done told you to come get in between them lips below her waist. You said no, which I was like, good job. But now you over here because LaWanda was worried that she called CPS when you got to know she didn't do it. I don't think she did it. And I think this was more or less an excuse to go over here because you could have called to be. You ain't had to go over here. You going over here tells me that you still smitten for them old drippings. And look at the way she's looking at him. All concerned. All come get me. Yeah. T, you succumbing to the trap, buddy. The thirst trap. And this cougar is very, very thirsty. Oh, Lord. Dr. Feelgood Maurice. He is trying to woo a married woman, which is never a good thing because if he's going to try to woo you, who's to say he won't try to woo the next chick he had a crush on? Maybe the chick from elementary school, maybe the chick from middle school. I don't know. But my man done went to Cleveland and got you a butterball popcorn. That's not what that is, y'all. He's a doctor. I believe he probably popped out one of his own balls, chopped them up and threw them in the damn microwave and popped them because he wants her to fall in love. That's some of that voodoo they do down there in St. Louis. And she's buying every piece of it. Lucille, I ain't seen Lucille smile this big since she drank some Kool-Aid that was red. But she happy as hell. I don't know if we should trust Dr. Maurice. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all let me know what you think, but I don't know if we can trust him. I feel something a little curvy about him. And the fact that you're trying to pursue this woman that you know is still married, that also speaks volumes. Then we get our first look at Glock. Knowing that this is Meech's daddy. He know it. And he's over here whispering sweet nothings into the dad head. Basically, if dad was a stripper, he making it rain on the daddy. Sweet nothings to win over the daddy and possibly try to get some inside information on Meech. But keep him in mind. Did y'all get this was Tupac? This is Tupac. Talking about the rap game is just as bad and in some cases worse than the drug game. And that's why he keep places where he can lay his head anywhere in the United States. And Meech basically said, yo, I'm with that. I'm with that, the uniting the people. And then he gave Meech some of that Cali green. And Meech was like, oh yeah, I got to get my hands on some of this. My main man done walked from damn near Verna, Virginia, back to Michigan to let the boys know Coach Cop is behind all this shit. He's helping him. Your boy going to jail. And one of his men got took out. That's what happened. So now they having to figure out a new plan, regroup, and get things on lock. Then we finally get our one-on-one with Meech and Glock. And like I said in my breakdown trailer for the episode, Glock, like he done went and robbed a megalodon with that big-ass shark's tooth around his neck. That would make me seem like you weak. And this is when we learn from him and Meech that old pimpin' Greeny works for him. So there's one out. Then we also learn that he controls everything in Atlanta, even though your ass is supposed to be from Miami. And Meech is telling Daddy, yo, skedaddle, bro. This dude ain't good. And Daddy's still running his damn mouth, not wanting to listen. He told you, Daddy done told you he don't know nothing about the drug game, but still giving resistance. And then after that, ladies and gentlemen, a fight ensues. Meech, in traditional Meech form, almost every episode, he gonna beat up somebody. I mean, this is the shortest nigga that don't never take no L's in fisticuffs. The only other person that was this short that was beating folks' asses was Mike Tyson. And Meech is probably 3 inches shorter than him. And then the fights is broken up when the Red Dogs come in. Now, y'all know I got a lot of questions about this shit. Okay. First of all, whenever fights and stuff break out, normally you can't get the police there fast enough. How the hell they know to just come on in? Was this some racial territory watching? Y'all just hanging outside, stereotyping black folks, thinking that something's gonna happen? And moreover, where the hell y'all be at these Kenny Chesney concerts when shit like this happen? Where y'all be at? But the minute Meech done punched somebody twice, y'all busting all up in the piece. Thankfully, Meech got away, and I don't know who got arrested, but the Red Dogs ain't having it. And it's not just our music and our people where crime is at. The majority of crimes in America is not committed by us, even though we make up the majority of what's in jail. We need to get some legislation to fix that damn shit quick. As I said, he done flew his ass back into the Venus flytrap. And honestly, as I'm watching her butt in this scene where she's at his apartment, that's all I can say. And before he could even get to the Cougar draws, Mama busts in and says this.
I'm gonna need you to get your head out of that Cougar's ass and take this seriously.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Why do you think I fast-tracked getting this place decorated? So they could see that Terry Jr. has a nice place instead of that damn chimney.
Desiree said the accusations are bogus. Those three-letter folks, they have a track record for ruining black families.
She's right. He need to stop sniffing the Cougar draws. And Mama done found out what happened about CPS, and she's all upset too because she don't want to lose her grandbaby. And then we learn she spent some time in foster care, and that shit ain't about nothing. Well, all I know is you better worry about this Maurice situation you got, okay? I don't think that's going to be as kosher as you think. And then she gets a hug from her son, letting him know that, I got you, Mom. I love you. I love my family. I'm going to fix this. We get a very interesting conversation from Meech and his dad about hopes and dreams and controlling your destiny. And Pops basically told Meech, it's not my thing, not what I wanted for you. I couldn't control my destiny. And Meech quickly hit him back, well, Dad, I'm taking my destiny. I'm controlling it. I know you don't like this, but you got to respect my hustle. And Dad get it. He get it. And in the next scene, Dad signs over the paperwork to get Meech the house. And all this lets me know Dad is in the game now. He full flesh in the game now. 100%. He's going to be working with them soon. Dad is now officially in the game. And when this divorce go through, he probably going to be moving right down there to the A. And we get to this scene, which was another filthy scene. Hen's man is so stressed about losing their cousin. He down here snorting coke like it's the snow in the North Pole, frosty and wet. And Hen's got her a little something in the room, and she pulls out her damn fake ass samurai sword to tell the girl to go over there and give him some of that oil. And the girl did it. First, the girl told her, look, if I wanted some penis, I'd go back to my man. She was all up on Henry. And Henry pulled out the damn ninja sword. I bet that thing ain't even sharp. Then we get Greeny cussing out Angel, poking his chest out that he the man. And when he started doing that, that's when Meech and his boy came and whipped that ass up out the car, broke a bottle, and stabbed Greeny in the back. And the commentary Greeny was getting while he was on that floor was extremely funny. Post your comments on how you felt about that.
If you double cross me again, I'm gonna cut something else off too, bitch.
This fucking shit stain, man. Why wait?
Shit! Shit!
You think the shit is over, motherfucker? Oh, you don't pay for this shit. You hear me? You like bright bitch?
Daddy Flannery gets back home, scares the wife because she done had such a good time with Maurice, she forgot he was coming home. He drops the news on him about CPS. Then she said, I'm sleepy, I'm going to bed. He pulls out of his bag the picture of him and Meech, and he's reminiscing about how good it felt to connect with your son. Yes, it always feels good to connect with your kids. Then he reaches in her bag and see this check from Dr. Reese. Now, this might be enough to go ahead and get him to finish the divorce, go on to the A, start getting him some loving. Oh my God, this hurt me right here. We get Kevin, done been beat the hell up, coming to talk to his daddy. And daddy's actually acting concerned for each other. He wanted to touch him and shit, and they had to tell him no. And he's basically telling Kevin, look, the knight in shining armor is here for you. Don't sweat this. I got you. And look at the way Kevin looking at him. Like, dude, can you make that happen right now? Do you know what the hell I'm going through up in here? No, he don't. Then Angel is in Meech's crib, and she's basically feeling safe in his arms, and he probably ain't gonna let her go back to that strip club no more. The only money making she gonna do is from him. And they end us on T trying to get Coach to work with them again. outside the damn probation. So how in the world T know he was here? Coach Cott looks at him. The fuck I will work with y'all. My family's in this situation because of y'all. And they end with Coach Cop getting away in his Barney Rubble wagon, telling them, nah, F you, I ain't doing no business with you. Wow. What an episode, y'all. Please be sure to leave me all your comments. Download the podcast. Come and follow me, man, on TikTok at LifeGains1. And if you don't get a response from me in the comment section of the video, you can always follow me on TikTok and send me messages there. I'm very grateful for all of y'all that sent me messages about what's been going on in the Power universe today. We got a new Ghost and Tommy origin story. Then we got Tariq's story coming to an end. I'm grateful for y'all sending me those messages. Let me keep ahead of what's going on. And until that next Sexy as Hell video, I'm out.